views and opinions expressed on The Big Llama Show are those of the host and guest. They do not reflect that of our sponsors, advertisers, or employers. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Yeah, it's in the she ruckus. That beat, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wagon to the million, Louis V about that. Stacking paper limitless, what you know about that? I'm getting paper, seats in the cloud, hands up in the air. Wagon to the million, Louis V about that. Stacking paper limitless, what you know about that?
Greetings, internet friends and everybody out in the world, the 900 fans who are out there. Welcome to the Big Llama Show. And this show, of course, is not a solo show. It is done in partnership with my man, AD. But AD, we also got somebody else with us, right?
Yeah, man.
We got the Hercules Outlaws in the building.
Yes, sir. What up, son?
Had to make sure I unmuted my mic there for a second. I almost pulled the episode 1 AD there.
That's hilarious.
Well, Hercules, welcome to the show, man. We're happy to have you tonight as a special guest.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
And I want to clarify to AD, he is only a special guest, AD. That's it. He's not a co-host right now. He's a special guest.
And the Civil War continues.
The storyline has to keep going. All right, guys, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm glad everybody's here tonight. Very, very excited. Again, we got special guest Hercules Outlaw, who's joining us tonight to provide extra commentary. AD co-host as always. Now, AD, you were hosting the pre-Llama Show stream.
Yeah, man.
How was that going, man? How's that going?
Today was the first, so I had promoted Roman 2 Raw to the co-host of the pre-Llama Show to give him, a little responsibility, a little content to make. And I got to say, we did like an hour and a half of just talking about different things, and it felt like an actual podcast. It felt like a good environment. So I'm excited to see where we take the pre-Llama Show going forward. We're trying to elevate the content we're putting out because the viewers are going up.
Yes, we're going to talk about that. And I'm very, very excited for that. And Herc, I heard you were on that pre-Llama Show stream. I think you were playing right as well.
Yeah. I came in really on the back end of it. Got home a little late, ate dinner a little late, so had to make sure I popped in at least for a little bit, so get that pre-Llama Show going.
Get the chops warmers.
Gotta get the hand warmers up, Yeah.
We're just glad you're alive, sir, because
I don't know where the running joke came from. It was hilarious. I was just trying to play along with it at one point. I think I gave my wife the phone to talk for me a couple times.
so if those of you who missed it, throughout the week, throughout the stream, we've been hinting at the narrative that Hercules is no longer around. His wife has taken him hostage, and what was funny is it just kept building and building and building, and soon it was like, "Where's Herc? Like, where is he really?"
No, seriously, I felt uneasy about it.
It was like 2 or 3 days in a row where my wife was up with the baby and like chilling in the chats and stuff, and I'm assed out. So like, it was hilarious because she was in the chat for like 3 days straight, and I was long gone. I was AWOL for a little bit.
We didn't hear nothing from him. Like, not at all.
We were nervous. We were just a little nervous. That's all. But it's okay. It's all right. We're all good now.
That's why the Llama Show appearance had to happen this week.
Yep.
It had to happen this week for sure. As we always do, let's look at the chat. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I know the chat is coming over from the pre-Llama stream, so I see a lot of stuff that makes no sense to me now. Like this comment here.
White cops is crazy.
Yeah.
So
it gets wild there. It gets wild over there.
So yeah. Oh, actually, and we mentioned it last week. We're going to mention it every week. The Big Llama Show streams live on Facebook and the Big Llama Show on YouTube. Those are my two main areas and my two main sources. And we're also streaming live on AD's Twitch channel, so Blackout AD. His Twitch stream is running right now, and that's where the show can be found. If you're on Twitch right now and you're watching this, It is Blackout AD Stream. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow that guy because we need to get that guy and support that guy.
He's a good guy. That guy.
Great guy. That guy.
That guy. Let's see. We'll start here. I think when we started the show, we had some llamas in the chat, which was good. Jay Birdie's here, right?
Yes, sir.
I saw Jay Birdie was streaming too, but he was competing with the pre-llama show. I was like, what's going on there? I'm torn. What do I do?
Was he streaming?
He was streaming. We need to have a discussion. We need to have a sit down.
Uh-oh.
He didn't say anything about that. That's
And the
crazy.
Civil War narrative continues.
Yes, sir.
We need to have a sit down with Birdie because I went on there because I was like, I got to support the Birdie, man. And I think he was just testing it, honestly. I'm not going to back off my comments.
It's funny.
Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Ooh, Herc looking hot. Showing some arm action.
Yo, we
okay.
need to stop, bro. Every time this man comes on, it's just praising his looks.
I didn't say
You can't
it this
objectify him. Man.
That's my wife.
That's my wife.
Right, I'm just reading what his wife wrote. Come on, man. I didn't say his arms looked delicious or anything. I didn't say that.
Llama said, took the words right out of my mouth.
Although I did like the sleeveless AD stream the other day. That was that was a pretty good one too.
Yo,
So-
why was that such a thing? Everybody was like,
Getting
yo,
rated R ADs out here.
sleeveless AD.
I mean, you go on the stream and you're used to seeing AD in a certain, dress, and you go on there, he's sleeveless, so you're like, whoa, what's going on here?
Whoa.
Sun's out, guns out today.
Guns out, guns out. That's what
It was nighttime.
I was in my PJs.
It's freaking Colorado, man. It's freezing. You shouldn't have the hoodie on.
It was actually a hot day that day. And my room it's either really cold when it snows and stuff or really hot where it's like unbearable. I'm like, nah, I'm not wearing a hoodie today. I will sweat a lot.
No, I understand. Let's see here. CompBot is top tier viewer on the AD streams. That's right.
Yeah.
Facts. Nothing but facts. CompBot speaks.
That's right. Hashtag Herc is alive. That's
Hey,
it.
put
Let's
it
get
on
that
the
trending.
Living alive. Get it trending.
Big homie, hashtag road
Yes,
to
sir.
1,000, 1K, hashtag
Big
blackout.
shout out. Big shout out to Big Homie too. Congrats on the little one.
On a
Oh,
little-
that's right. That's right.
Dad's a blackout over here. You
That's
know?
a blackout coming to a stream near you.
What's
Stay
up?
tuned for more.
And you know what's good is that they're all at different developmental stages, so we can all talk about different things as dads. So
Absolutely.
seriously, Dad's a blackout. I'm all over that. Whenever I have time,
We will set it up. We'll set it up.
because I know sleep.
Be sleeping. Yo, we had a crazy late night stream the other day, man.
Oh, the one where you watched the video?
Yeah, where we got the bootleg of the llama video on stream.
So,
There's a bootleg llama show.
Bro.
no. All right, so let me bring up the video.
Yeah, we gotta talk about it.
Because I wanted to talk about it because it is one of our topics. Let me just. I mean, so what we released this week is we've got all kinds of seizure warnings.
Whoa.
There we go. All right, so what we released this week was the Back to the Future first time movie watch reactions, and AD has definitely never seen this movie, so it was an opportunity to watch a movie with him and get his reactions. And it was a tough viewing for me because I wanted to tell him everything about this movie, but I kept it to his reactions and just answered his questions, and it was a lot of fun. And already 1.2K people have viewed it. Got a lot of comments on there, but AD, you got a couple of comments on there you didn't appreciate.
I let it go the other day. It's all right. It's all right, man. Whatever. I just felt one was very lonely and the other one just was an idiot. But, whatever. Nothing serious.
No.
Sometimes we all cry. It's okay.
I mean, AD literally was in his feelings for these two comments. I told him, relax, man. It's not as bad as my Rambo reaction, where I got
man.
nothing but hate.
There could be an entire episode of all the hate that you got from the Rambo reaction.
Yeah, we need to react to that like on
and
stream.
just sharing it.
If you read it, if you just sit down and read it, like it's like they all start with, "Hey, moron, you're an idiot." Of course he wanted. Why do you have to justify why he walked back into town? I don't know. Like leave me alone. It was a reaction.
Of course he has a bandolier strapped to his chest. What's wrong with you? Why would he not?
Why didn't he kill anybody? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go to the chat here. Jane says, it's the arm tats for me, dog. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice. Oh.
I got to get a hoodie now.
Yeah, please. Come on. You get
A couple here. You know.
Hey, look at
look at
Whoa.
the guns. Sun's out, guns out.
That's
We
right.
got Headman Herc and we got Sleeveless AD. Now we got Tatted Up Llama.
That's it. The llama tats. Let's see. We got blackouts in the building. See what you kiss when you're knocked. Oh
no. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
I kissed an ass in my sleep.
Oh, there you go. She meant to say, see what you miss. See what you miss.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, the tattoos got me all confused. It was because we were all like posing. Anyway, the video was, I think, was received really well.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to bring you back on and do this again. The only weird thing is, I like to share the sort of the process with everybody, is that, you know, AD couldn't see me. I could see him.
Yeah, that was very weird for me. That was the first time I felt like I was like just talking to myself.
Yeah. So you got my experience in that, where you're just kind of like talking aimlessly into a camera.
Yeah.
No, but what we did was, and we, you know, we linked up. We, you know, had a green screen action, so both of us were on green screen. That's why you saw the black screen background. Actually, that's how we start the video. It's just us on a you know, in a black background talking through. So again, it was just through the magic of the internet, we were able to sort of watch a movie together. We had a cool service that let us watch the movie simultaneously that I shared with him. And we're looking forward to more reactions like this. So we're planning maybe another one, not this week, but the following week. But again, if you haven't seen it, you know, check it out. You pretty much get to watch Back to the Future for free, because I do such a great job of editing. And you get to hear AD's reactions. And, you know, the one thing I wanted to talk to you about, AD, was sort of your feelings on it, because, and it made sense. It made sense when after we talked about it. But you were feeling uneasy about this whole loving your mom thing.
That thing, it was a central plot point. Like
It really
they were
was.
really
I mean,
they were
I love
pushing
that.
it on.
Yeah, I really love that you discussed that too, because that was like the main thing that I was going into, like excited. Like, how are you going to react to this? Like, what's going to be the takeaway from that? But like the fact that you caught onto it like before it even happened, you saw it. You saw that build up. You saw the build up, and of course, yeah. I mean, with a movie like that, you're always going to hear things through the grapevine, right? It came out in the '80s, so
Yeah.
But yeah, that
I just
reaction was
thought it
great.
was weird that they were hyper focused on it, and then after, when I was talking about the video and like showing it on chat, I was like, when you really think about it, that's the whole plot. He's trying to stop his mom from, you know, having sex with him, and so he can have sex with the dad, and he can be born. That's the whole plot of the movie. It's nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, when you
Something with time travel, maybe. I don't know.
What? Okay, so the weird part was, and this is what watching it at different points in your life makes sense. Like when you told me, when you were like, "Look at the lust in her eyes." When you said that comment, I felt kind of gross. I felt gross.
And you saw it, but that goes to the credit of like how she was acting, because she was very good. I think the movie overall was super good. It was just a weird, you know, plot point. I was like, wow, they're really like, they're zooming in on her gaze right now. Like, and we were talking about how intentional they are.
Right.
So it's like, when you think about it, it's like, well, how intentional were they being with this? Like,
It was a very big like Oedipus concept about it too. Just like, you know, like of course he loved his mom. He wants to see her like go far, but not like go all the way far. You know, like,
Right? Not like that.
It's a very scary situation to be in.
facts.
Let's see. Jane says the entire plot plus subplot of boomers being boomers.
Yes. Oh my god.
I mean,
Only in a
but-
movie like that can you pass an 80, well, like a 30-year-old as a 17-year-old.
right. That's in the 80s that was like because in the 80s they were doing risque stuff with these high school movies. You had to be at least
yeah,
20 something years
yeah.
old, 20, 30 years
Yeah.
old. No, but honestly, I thought it was a great watch because of that, because of 80s reaction and sort of changing my perspective on the movie. And again, when I watched it, I was 6, 7 years old when I first saw it. No concept of it, and I don't know why it didn't hit me weird. That like, oh, if that was my mom, like, what would I do? Like, but it was, I don't know, it was just like blown away by the concept of time travel. But yeah, when you really think about it, it was like creepy. It was just creepy and weird.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, when you look back with the eyes of today, but overall, the film was good. The experience was super good, and I'm glad it was recepted pretty well. Besides those two people that were haters, But I'm excited to do more, and it really opened my eyes to like I really haven't seen a lot of these like movies, and if I can make a channel where I'm also doing the same thing, I think it would help the Big Llama brand as well. Like just doing back and forth reactions. I was like, man, that was a good piece of content because I haven't made something kind of like that. I usually just go live.
Yeah, no, I mean it's going to get your editing chops up for sure.
Yeah.
Either that or we'll get Hercules to edit.
Yeah, 100%. We'll sit in Discord and do like 15 takes before we finally choose one.
Although I
just
did
walk
like
you the whole time.
I saw you, AD. When you first started your stream, you were like take 3, take 2. When you were doing a promo, I guess
I was
for
doing a
the
promo.
It's all good, man. We're transparent on this
You
show.
gotta do the live. It's live content. You gotta see it because then when they see it on the Instagram, they're like, "I watched them record that on the stream."
Yeah, exactly.
Meta.
Big brain. You get to see the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm thinking long term, Llama. Like, I realistically like. Congratulations on 900. One more 100.
Yes.
We hit 1K.
Yeah,
It's
man.
amazing.
I still can't believe it, man. It literally been like in the span of a month, you went from 400 to 900.
104K views lifetime, bro. On the
Yeah,
channel.
it's crazy.
Amazing.
It's insane the number of hours of people people have watched my content. But yeah, no, 900 subs on the dot right now. We were at 901. Somebody probably dropped off. It's
Sure.
okay. They'll come back. They always do.
Where you lose 1, you gain 5.
No, I honestly I think it's sometimes it's bots. I think
Yeah.
sometimes I get a couple bots and then they peel right off, but it's okay. But so yeah, 900 subs. We're 100 away from monetizing the channel, which I'm really really excited for.
That's crazy.
If you're watching this and you're listening in, hey, if you want to support the channel, go on to the Big Llama Show on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. That's how it helps the show. Once I become monetized, then there's opportunities for cash and all that stuff. But that's not what I'm focused on. I'm just focused on continuing to grow the channel. No Discords needed because our community polls are free. And this week's poll, you guys like that segue, don't you?
Ooh, yes.
This week's poll focuses on war movies. I feel like watching a war movie this week. And so I put 3 movie options there. And I have Hacksaw Ridge, 1917, and Fury. And right now, it looks like 1917 is winning the poll with 69 votes.
Is that? I've never seen any of these or heard of them. I think Hacksaw Ridge I might have heard of, but
Have you-
I just clicked one. I was like, I don't know, one of these.
Wait, you guys have never watched any of these movies?
I have not seen neither of these 3. No.
Oh man, you're in for a good one then. I don't
Yeah.
think I actually watched 1917. But Fury and Hacksaw Ridge were great. I do remember. Honestly, Hacksaw Ridge is with Andrew Garfield, right? If I'm not mistaken. Is that the one I'm thinking about?
Hacksaw Ridge is with Andrew Garfield.
So 100% I will say that after watching him in Spider-Man and then after doing Hacksaw Ridge, it made me appreciate him as an actor 20 times more. Like he really truly knows how to balance being that comic book hero and then being just an actor who can do his job well. And he did a phenomenal job in this movie. And like I'm pretty sure it won an award and everything just because of how he portrayed the character. It was a really good movie. So that's my vote for sure.
Okay. No, awesome. I mean, I heard it was good. That's why I put it on there. 1917 had some good technical things in there that I liked, and I heard Fury was pretty good. So I was like, well, let the fans decide what do they want me to see. So right now, 1917 seems to be winning. We got some comments here in the chat. Damn man, he knows I got a scram.
He threw the AD in his logo.
Oh,
like
look at that!
Look at
Oh,
that.
That's fire.
wow. Okay, we got a AD fan up in here. I like that. And he says you
Number
deserve
one.
cash though, Llama. Well, I think when you monetize, there's ways that you can tip the videos, or even on the live streams, do like super chats and stuff like that. Again,
And also
those will
leave
be
room for sponsors too.
no, for sure. That can be sponsored. So no, it'll be a lot of fun. And again, I'm just glad it's growing. I'm just glad that it keeps moving upward. And I've got some diehard fans in there that are commenting every week. And and that's another thing we didn't talk about was, if you look at the videos, again, this is our streak continues. We're at least 1,000 views for every video we put out since I think a month and a half, almost 2 months ago. With our last one, our Meaning of Life, hitting almost 14,000 views. So not for Meaning of Life, Life of Brian. So I'm excited, man. It's this. I mean, every week we've got over 1,000 views, and I'm very, very appreciative of that for everybody who does that. So
Yeah, man.
oh,
You gotta
man.
keep putting out the good content. They're gonna keep coming, man.
Oh, for sure.
And even like how you were growing so rapid the last couple weeks, and it kind of slowed down this week, and then like picked up again. It's like it's a good learning process of like seeing how you grow, because it kind of shows like me, Herc, and everybody else in Blackout, like the waves of YouTube, and like what it looks like to naturally grow and actually steadily grow.
Yeah.
Well, and again, we've talked about it, and I'll say it over and over again. The other videos that are on the channel are getting traction.
I think honestly,
It's crazy.
I think the last video you had hit 1,000 because of this last video, because it looked like it was stuck at a certain number.
Yeah.
And then when this video came out, it started rising again, and I was like, "Oh, like this one's gonna hit 1,000 too."
It hit that
was nuts.
algorithm just smoothly.
Yeah, no,
Enough, it hit it.
it's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, the other videos across the entire sort of channel have all picked up. Like, I mean, Field of Dreams is still almost at 10,000, which is insane. I put that one out like 6 months ago.
That was a great video, actually. Though that was
I loved it. I love doing it.
a great video.
Thank you.
Was that really your that was like your turning point?
Yeah,
when
because
your
I
channel
feel like
started?
it was. Yeah. I think it
because
was.
I had done 2 movies prior to that thinking they were going to be pretty good, and they were rewatches, and nobody really had an effect. But I'd never seen Field of Dreams. I said, all right, let me do it. And yeah, crying on camera, I guess, equals
Hey, that's-
views. But
That's a
honestly,
great
it was.
selling point.
I mean, it was honest reaction. It was crazy how it hit me, and it still hits me when people. I mean, people are still commenting on it and writing me about it, and I'm like, I get emotional talking to them about, because it's all about what I wouldn't give to have a catch with my father one more time. What if I wouldn't give to do this? And I'm just like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then I had that freaking moment. I don't know if you guys saw my post. I actually had that moment on the field this last week, and it was crazy. It was crazy how the emotions hit me, and I was ugly crying on the baseball field, man. That was really bad.
This guy cries. No, I'm kidding.
Nice.
No, you know what it was? And I was okay, right? It's weird. I invested so much time. I'm just proud of my son. Happy about, all his stuff he's doing. He's not pursuing baseball beyond high school, which is fine. But it was it was just a moment where I was welling up little by little. He got to play, did really well. Then they said, all right, for the last time, throw out the pitch. Throw out one more pitch to your son. And I'm on the field at a distance where I've always thrown the ball to him, and I let the ball go and I released it. And the minute I released it, dude, like I don't know what happened. I couldn't stop the crying. I couldn't stop the emotion. And then my wife was like, it's okay. And I'm like turning away from everybody and walking away. And my son came up to me because everyone was like hugging their dad. Like, oh, come on here, come here. And he hugged me, and then he went. It was the awkward like pull away hug. He was like, "Oh, we're good." I said, "Nah, man, stay here." and I was like sobbing in his shoulder, and he seemed uncomfortable a little bit but it was, to me, was everything. And so it was just insane, the feelings that I got. So I couldn't explain how I felt, but that picture was taken at that moment, and honestly, there was just no words to put behind it. But I had to put it out there. It was just something amazing.
That picture spoke for itself, man. I mean, you could see everything that one dad would feel in that moment. You know, like it was a powerful moment. You know, to see.
Yeah. So like I said, the Field of Dreams edit is like, it hits me every time because people are, have that connection. And then I had that moment, and I was like, this is great. This is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I had that moment. It was
those are the moments. That's why you love the game. Like,
yeah,
for me at least.
Yeah.
Like those moments, like they mean everything. And he, probably in the moment he was all like, we're good, but he's gonna cherish that moment forever.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And it scripted up. You heard him. Yeah, that was beautiful. We're gonna make a skit of that. That was beautiful.
Let's see. We got some comments here. John Gillen is in the house.
Road to 1,000. We're so close, man.
We are so close, John.
So close.
John, get all your friends.
Yo, remember, what is he gonna say after we hit 1,000? 100,000 or 10K?
Yeah, no, for sure. So, John, you got to give us the new benchmark, man. When we hit that 1,000, you got to tell us what's next.
Yes, sir.
Chris Gillenzip in the house.
Chris
viewing.
He's
watching. That's he's from the J Bizzle. He's from the J Bizzle.
That killed me.
Let's see. James here says the crying is awesome. You're great at being a dad, Llama. Thank you. It was like I said. I had to. And what's weird thing was, I accidentally posted it on the Big Llama Show Instagram. I didn't mean to put it there. But when it did, I didn't care. I was like, you know what? This is fun.
It's definitely fitting too, because it's like what you said. Like, the reason why that video has gained so much traction is because of the genuine nature of it, right? Yeah. And like you've mentioned it before, how like other channels, other reaction channels, they'll kind of like fake or like really exaggerate a reaction just to like make the video what it is or what it can be. But to get that genuine reaction and that genuine feeling of it, it speaks 1,000 times like larger than trying to like exaggerate it. So to have that moment in the video and then to have that real life moment without even realizing how they comes full circle, it worked out best.
Yeah, it did. Thank you. And that's what I aim is genuine reactions, genuine responses. And I'm not sponsored, but tonight I am drinking pineapple coconut.
His favorite flavor.
Hey, I'm telling you, that's got to be the first sponsor right there.
Man, listen, whoever, Walmart, Clear American, whatever the hell this is, sponsor me, man. Come on, man. Llama water. We talked about it. Llama water.
Llama water. We got to get you your own chug jug.
Or as we said, llama juice.
I'm not drinking that. I'm not supporting. I'm not supporting.
Llama juice. Straight from the mountains.
Oh, maybe I forgot. So this, Herc, you want to read this one?
Oh, yeah. It's Greta. Greta. It started off as a typo, and now it's a household slang. That's how it works. We have so
That's
many.
all good. That's all good. I read it as great. So,
you're bad, Llama. You're bad.
The one time dyslexia helps, because I read it as great as well.
Well, I thought it was a typo, but I was like, okay, great. That's what she's trying to write. That's all right. Oh man,
that's funny.
All right, let's get to the one of our main topics. We're gonna talk Doctor Strange in a minute. We're gonna close the show with talking about that. But we got to talk about this crazy ass Moon Knight episode, episode 5 of Moon Knight, which was, just utterly insane and sad and all kinds of stuff.
It took me a while to catch on to what was actually happening, but as soon as I caught on, I was like, all right, I'm in. You got me.
Yeah. It was, just pure. Listen, I'm gonna say this, man. Whatever awards there are available for TV, I'm gonna use my F-bomb. Just fucking give it to Oscar Isaacs, man. Like what?
Honestly. Yeah.
Honestly,
he's truly doing like a phenomenal job with capturing the different characters that's being portrayed by one person, and it's
Yeah.
The man made me feel feelings for the same for him. I mean, he's got a character which I know is him playing another character, but I still had emotion, which was crazy. Which is crazy. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it.
The show, this show has been like it's so different from like the main MCU formula that we've been getting for the past couple shows. Like they dealt with superheroes we know, and like the fact that they like introduce us to a new character and then give us like this kind of like performance out of Oscar Isaac. The writing was great. Like I think episode 3 was the only episode where I kind of was like iffy about it, but overall this whole series is nuts. It makes me sad that the next episode is only 42 minutes because like I don't know how they can possibly wrap everything up without leaving things open. And the performance he's putting in, like he did say like at the beginning of this he didn't want to do anything after it. Like he wasn't trying to do more of this. So I don't know if that's because the performance was so much, or he was just saying that to kind of sell like the storyline, you know what I mean? So I don't know, but I'm hoping honestly we get a second season because the Moon Knight character, like I'm a super fan of Moon Knight after the show.
I mean, listen, I honestly think it's a lot for him to do this. I think he's again when the actor puts in the work, you can see it, you can tell. I mean, this is insane. This is just now. I think the reason I like this episode, the most, obviously, it has that emotion. But I finally got over my issues with Moon Knight from the first 3 or 4 episodes, which was it's too much for the common person. It's too much for the casual fan. And honestly, it's a character development. It's character story. It's character driven. It's about a true origin of this guy. And yeah, true origin stories don't always go with the, hot and heavy action. Like the complaint was, oh, there's only 10 minutes of Moon Knight in the entire series. I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, that's my gripe with it. Like I would like to see more Moon Knight. But again, like if we get more seasons or more content of Moon Knight, whether it's more seasons or he ends up in like another show, or I think we talked about it before, but like the Midnight Suns, that could be a possibility for him. Then we'll see more action. But like you said, like for the story of what they're trying to portray, it's okay without the action. I would personally like to see more action in the show, just because if we're only getting 6 episodes of this and never see the character again, I would have liked to see more action personally.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the whole reason why we're watching Moon Knight is to kind of see that action, right? We want to see Moon Knight in full, but they did a good job with introducing the backstory of him and where he comes from and why he was able to receive Khonshu as that avatar. But like I mentioned it earlier to my wife, like the show does a good job with letting you forget that it's an actual comic book. Yeah. Like you completely forget that you're watching a comic book series, and you really get invested into the character. And I mean, this last episode is a real testament to Oscar Isaac, because I completely forgot that it was the same person. He captured every personality he was portraying in such a different way that you forget that it is just one person capturing that role. Like the way the mannerisms in between talking to each other. And it's literally 2 different shoots, just 2 different like characters played by the same person. So essentially he's like, when they're shooting this, he's looking at either a stunt double or somebody in a green suit wearing him behind the scenes. And it's truly incredible to see how he was able to capture that. I completely forgot until you mentioned it a little while ago, Lana. Like I forgot like it was one person.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's true. It's like, that's amazing. That's just an amazing way to portray the character and have story with one actor. Like it's
and the story is honestly very comic book accurate. From like doing my research and like watching mad videos about just the comic books and like what happened in the runs, this thing is like playing out to the T of like kind of like how these comic books are. Like it's taking like main plot points of a lot of different like runs and putting it together very well. Which I have theories of like how they're gonna kind of like twist it up, but I think they even with that, like this was just a good project in terms of like having the good writing and the actor to match the writing because it's I mean, if you put ordinary actor in this position, like it's gonna be hard to make us care about all these characters that are in one person and then care about Layla and then the Conchu storyline and what's going on with Arthur Harrow and like there's a lot of things like you said, it's a lot for the average viewer, but like when you get it, you're like, wow, like the fact that they can fit all this in a storyline that's kind of cohesive and and captivates you throughout the whole thing. It's truly amazing, man. Marvel, man, they keep doing it.
Yeah, no, they don't miss, man. And I like I said in this one again, episode 5 is a pivotal episode for most of the series that they have out. Here, let's see what Jane says here. She says, "I got what I wanted with the backstory. I was just a little disappointed in how they seemed to say Steven didn't know about the abuse. I think the third personality actually dealt with the physical stuff. I mean, the concept of that, just that he has personalities to deal with the different emotions in his life. I think Steven is the emotion that deals with his mom, right? Mark is the actual guy, right? And then you've got this potential third character. Is it Jacob?
Jake.
Jake.
Yeah, Jake.
Yeah.
That might be dealing with more of the physical abuse that he suffered, and then and it's a pretty dark story. Like okay, so spoiler alert for nobody who's seen it. But damn, that was dark. Like I didn't expect that. The whole brother thing, like
Yeah, that definitely took a turn. Like I mean, just like AD had mentioned before too. Like I had no knowledge of Moon Knight going into it, so like after watching the show for a bit and then doing a bit of a like research on the character itself, I learned that actually in the comics, like he does have DID and like he does have multiple personalities, and to see how they captured that in the show versus what they did in the comics, it was canon. It was really well put together. It was like a couple things that they changed here and there with like the character of Layla, and of course not showing Jake right off of the bat, but they'll probably like show him in the last episode, I'm assuming, and they might just build it off of that going forward, with this third personality, because now, spoilers, if I mean you haven't seen it already, but like Steven is now kind of out of the picture and now his heart is balanced, so he had to deal with some shit before going forward, of course, and now Steven's out of the picture, so does that mean Jake is going to step up? And I noticed, I don't know if you guys caught it, but the scene where Steven finally sees him break down in the middle of the street and he's there, at some point he looks up, and I thought he was looking at himself again, and he looked up and he said Mark, like this scene right here. He says Mark, but he's actually transitioned into Steven again, and that's where they part ways. So it was like, is he aware that Mark, like, is Steven aware that Mark was there to begin with, but he just kind of blanked them out? Or was that the third personality breaking down in the middle of the street and he was looking for Mark and Steven appeared?
The third personality kind of like gets me because when they're getting their heart balanced, like if there is a third personality and now that Steven's gone, he's balanced, like I don't think you would necessarily be balanced. Maybe because he doesn't know. That would be like the reason why it's balanced now. But I have a theory that the third personality is the Bushman character.
Oh, okay.
Because
yeah.
the cops kind of made it like they kind of like said he was the reason that those people died, right? Like he's seen it, but then again, like I don't know how he died, like how he got killed. That I haven't thought about, but I thought about like how like if the third personality is the one taking over for like the abuse, that explains why when they black out and the guys are all dead, like why that character's so like
Angry,
gruesome, mad, so that's where I was kind of like maybe it might be that Bushman character, and that's why they keep like harping on the execution style shooting of her dad, and you know what I mean, like even seeing the scene again. But then again, you don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know if the third personality would be crazy enough to hurt himself to the point where almost dies, and then Khonshu comes. And that's another thing. Like there was like hints of Khonshu being around like when he was young, and I did see that in the comic books that was like a storyline, and then even the brother storyline. I wasn't kind of like sure. I even said it on stream. I was like, I don't think he had a brother in the comic book. Then I went and like actually did some research, and the same thing kind of happened, and the brother turns into a villain. So there might be that storyline looming. You know what I mean, going forward, because we didn't see the body of the brother. You know what I mean? We really didn't even see how he got out of it. So, I mean, there's so much. The show, like it's like I said, next episode's only being 42-minute, kind of sucks as a fan, because I wanted to experience more of this show. Like there's so much they're setting up, and maybe even if it's unintentional, just by telling the story, they're setting it up, and it's like, man, I can see this going for like a 3-4 season run easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this: I think I am satisfied with the show, because now I've come to terms with what they're trying to do with him. I know there's more to him, but because I don't know that, like I don't know that there's a third personality. I don't know that there, all these different versions of Moon Knight. I kind of like what happened in this episode, where, again, I felt, Steven's departure. Steven's like that hurt. That was like that sucked. And it goes back to how amazing the storytelling was in this particular episode. Like, you got the ladders going through each, stages of his life. You got, the mother who's abusive. You've got the him transitioning from one personality to another. I mean, it all started to make sense. That creepy scene where he's walking through the all the bodies, all the people who he's killed.
Oh,
right? Yeah. As Moon Knight, and it's like there's real weight here to the story. It's not just he's a superhero and he gets to kill people. I mean, this is dark. This is the brother. I mean, the brother dying, like that was insane. Like I just I was so satisfied with the episode. If the series ended on this episode, I was perfectly happy. Although there's more to explore, I kind of don't care. At least me, I don't care about what's next. But I know there's more to it, so we definitely.
About to say, what do you mean, like the whole storyline of the Artho and like the Amit? Because I think we see when Amit gets released, because there was a scene where there was a bunch of just bodies falling, and I was
even Tara reacted to it. She was just like, "There are damned souls being pushed down here, with no like judgment. So now we have a problem."
Right. I mean, there's going to be this big buildup, but you're right.
Which is good storytelling, because if they release Amit while he's going through all this, and then he just pops up, and now I would think, if I had to guess, Layla probably somehow gets Khonshu. They like free Khonshu right in time to fight, and we'll have like a nice like action piece with Moon Knight fighting Amit and like getting that, and then I think I don't know how it would end. I don't think there's any possible way for them to tie up all these loose ends. So like the fact that you feel like kind of like content with how it is good as a casual fan, like, because that means you feel fulfilled in the story. Which, I mean, like I said, man, the show's good writing. Like, it's high level writing.
Yeah, no. Let's look at what Jane says here. She says a good way to look at DID is everyone with DID has PTSD. Things like dissociative PTSD and dissociative amnesia are definitely shown in the show, but I get kind of hung up on the clinical plot. I mean, true. And then she also said probably why I was more into this episode than the others. Again, I was just amazed that the storytelling was that good that a casual fan like me started to understand it. Like, it started to make sense to me, and then it started to sort of tie everything up in a bow. And then this happened, right? I mean, this is that heartbreaking scene. Again, he's playing the same character. He's the same guy. And I was not happy. I was like, damn, this is terrible for the show. And then again, this is the souls, all the souls that he's killed. So again, it just, there was just lots of
that. I don't think there's no way Steven's done for the show.
I don't think so.
I don't think there's no way.
I think like the main reason why they were able to interact the way they did is because he's in this unconscious state.
Yeah.
And now all the personalities get to be in one environment, because in real life he's not conscious right now. So literally everything is happening in his head, and he's essentially, him being on that ship was him in limbo. He's on the verge of that. He's on the brink of death. And by the end of the episode, where Mark is in the field of reeds, it's kind of establishing like, okay, he can let go of everything. He finally dealt with his past. He's finally accepted that Steven is not a person and he was a personality. He's now at peace, kind of. So like he can die in peace. But what's going to happen going forward? Are we going to find out that Layla breaks Khonshu out now? And just before he's ready to settle in the field of reeds, he comes back with Khonshu and starts, wreaking havoc again, or what's going to happen, So there's a lot of different ways that they can take it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. We got Jane here chiming in. She says, I agree with Herc. He's not a real person, so he isn't gone. They'll keep him. I hope that's the case. I was heartbroken.
A lot of times, like if there's a breakthrough in somebody with DID, then that personality would normally lie dormant in what you would be like an unconscious state. So if there was another traumatic event that were to happen, Steven would be the one to revert to. So like if at some point he's going through something again that was similar to his mom being abusive to him, he might just shut down and Steven might come back to save his ass again, essentially. Like, just to be there and just be like, oh, I got to get this right so that mom doesn't beat my ass again.
Yeah.
All right. So again, really excited for episode 6. That's the last episode. You said it's about 42 minutes. That's about it. Looks like you're going to ramp up the action, I think, at the end. We've got sort of this big confrontation to look forward to. And I know, AD, you and Big Homie are probably going to do a season end recap, right? So to get more in-depth discussion, analysis, more breakdown of each episode, if you're looking forward to that, obviously we cover it week to week as it comes out, so we'll be talking about it next week. But if you want a full analysis, tune into Blackout AD's YouTube page, BLKOUT.GG. Make sure you like and subscribe to that channel, and then you'll get to hear the full breakdown of each episode with him and Big Homie. And if you haven't watched the first half of season, it's posted there as well. Go check that out. It's a lot of great in-depth discussion, and Big Homie has a lot of insight into this character. I think he's watched the series a couple times over, so really, really excited. You guys should check that out for sure.
Yeah, that's the Blackout official page.
It is the official page.
Gabe.
This is great because the minute that Gabe is here, Jay Birdie lets him know, go away. And we go back to the chat war between Gabe and Jay Birdie, which we enjoy.
What up, Ace?
Ace is here. Hey, Ace, how you doing? And then Gabe one more time.
Blackout, bitches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it.
I was like, why would you put asterisk for boys?
I know. But yeah, anyone who's watching me on the Twitch stream has heard the Big Llama Uncensored, the Big Llama After Dark. He likes to throw the word
the
bitches.
Huge alpaca.
The huge alpaca, the alter ego.
That's the multiverse of madness. It's a large alpaca and light out DA. That's what it is.
Light on.
Light on, yeah. Light on DA.
All right, which is a good segue. Thank you, Herc. That's why we bring you on the show, man. Great segue.
I'm here for you guys.
Oh my God. So yeah, our next topic. So guys, we just finished Moon Knight. Again, hit us up in the comments. Let us know if you like Moon Knight, what you liked about it. Do you agree with our analysis? Are you like me? You feel like the show could end tomorrow? Or you like AD who wants this to continue on? There's a big set piece coming up next. And we got 42 minutes of the show left, and that's it. But I think it's been a success so far, in my opinion. But now let's switch gears and talk about the big event this week, which is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This week, the MCU blows everything up, and we get to watch it. I'm very excited for this one. AD and Hercules, your thoughts on this upcoming Doctor Strange movie?
This movie's gonna do numbers. This movie's gonna do crazy numbers. Honestly, I think I think it's gonna change the landscape of the MCU coming like moving forward in terms of like what they're gonna do with different characters. It's gonna introduce us to a lot of characters. There's already the leaks are rolling out online. As soon as I get off of this, I'm gonna start deep diving. Yeah, man. And what they're doing, like I've been watching the rollout to this movie and the contrast of the rollout for Spider-Man No Way Home and then this movie is way different because like they really kept like Toby and Andrew like in the tuck. They didn't show them in the trailers at all. And they were like very highly rumored. Like even like the villains were highly rumored. But then they gave us like the taste of the villains. And in Doctor Strange, they've been releasing TV spots that introduce different characters that you would be like why would they show us like they showed us in one of the TV spots Professor X. I mean, we all heard his voice, but they showed us just his floating hovering wheelchair from like the cartoons. So it's like they're giving like fans like nostalgia hits with like how they're introducing these characters. Clearly they're showing us characters that they don't really care to let go. So that means like if they're showing us Professor X and like how he hits the 90s cartoon market, like what else are they hiding in this movie? You know what I mean? Like this movie is gonna blow the top off.
I mean, there's so much on the internet right now. Like, I'm afraid to continue to look this week, but again, I think I'm going to go radio silent on Wednesday, and I'll try not to look at my phone.
I'm telling you, IGN posted the spoilers are out.
Yeah, no, I've done a pretty good job up until this point to not watch any trailers or read anything about it. At one point I did of course I heard about the Professor X appearance, and that's what made me want to do more research. And I was like, no, I gotta stop. I'm gonna end up ruining the surprise for myself, and I don't want that to happen. So I mean, it's quite literally gonna break cinematic history, I think, because the endless possibilities that you can go to. I mean, they're done with Avengers, right? And of course everybody wants to keep seeing those characters in action, of course, but like coming from such a big event like that, for something to top that, you're gonna have to expand that world one way or another. So you did the superhero aspect, and that's cool, and now we have Doctor Strange being that link in between the superheroes and then that spiritual magical aspect of what Marvel can be. So you got the superheroes, you got Iron Man, Captain America, all these guys. And then you got Doctor Strange being that link. And now on this side, we have Moon Knight. We've got Blade coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
They announced another Venom. And they just released Morbius, as crappy as the movie did. But him being that vampire, and then Blade being in the works. I'm only assuming that Ghost Rider is going to be coming up soon. So they're kind of transitioning that market from the superhero into the spiritual magical world and working outside of that realm, and that's with the help of WandaVision as well too. So it's a lot that goes into
I think
that.
that's a real test. This movie's going to be a real test for like the Disney Plus series now, because this is the first movie that directly ties into one of their series, or that series led into this movie. You know what I mean? So like this is going to be a big test for them. So I'm sure they want to give like I think honestly my prediction with this movie is WandaVision is going to come out looking like even more of a superstar. Like after WandaVision, like her popularity kind of grew, and like people liked her like in like her emotional parts. I mean, she's the only person that had like solid hits on Thanos at one point. You know what I mean? So I think this is going to raise that character even higher, because like what I'm seeing on these TV spots, and I know you said you try to avoid them, so I don't really want to say more of them, but they're gonna use her character and what happened in WandaVision is gonna be a focal part. And I even heard things about like No Way Home having like huge implications in this movie. So I mean, the MCU is in good hands, man. The trailers look good. I mean, I think the marketing is super particular, and like they're giving us just enough to get us hyped for this movie. And there's so many things that can happen in this movie. Like literally the multiverse is in this movie. Like we're gonna see characters we didn't even expect. Like I've heard at least 20 characters that could be in this movie, and I'm like, there's gonna be somebody that I didn't hear. I'm gonna be like, yo, I can't believe they actually did that. So like who knows, man.
No, it's gonna be it's insane. It's insanity. I bought tickets for Friday and Saturday. I want 2 viewings of this. I need to see it twice. But not because I'm a nerd and I want to see it twice. It actually came out of practicality. My one son, we bought tickets for the Saturday show. We always go IMAX, and I always have to turn everything off Friday night. But he's got other plans, and I'm like, dude, how do you have other plans? Like this is what we do. So I bought tickets for Friday at the Shitty Theater down the street. So I'm gonna watch it first thing in a shitty theater, then I'm gonna enjoy it in IMAX the next day.
Yeah,
But
that's way to do it.
yeah, I mean, but I think this is going to break records. It's going to be an awesome movie, and if it's as big as I have read, also because I've unfortunately had to read some stuff where I'm like, this can't be true. But there's so many potential cameos and listed cameos and leaks of cameos that I have an idea of a couple of characters, and I'm just, it's bonkers to think that shit's actually going to happen. But we have a couple comments in the chat. We got the large alpaca, J. Birdie. This I love right here because I started humming the tune. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the X-Men theme, baby. Listen, if they play that.
That's one thing that I'm excited for the most, though, is, of course, we know Patrick Stewart, his voice came up and stuff like that. I love X-Men. I grew up with the 90s cartoon, even the 80s. I watched the reruns. That was like my top thing. So I remember Quicksilver and WandaVision being, what's his name? Magneto's niece and nephew. So if within this multiverse of madness, the X-Men seem to spill over, is Magneto going to show up and see Wanda and be like, my niece? And then something happens where Wanda ends up becoming that villain and going with him or something. I don't know.
So which Magneto? Do we want Sir Ian McKellen, or do we want was it Fassbender? Do we want the updated Magneto?
Well, they did. Both of them did a tremendous job with the role.
Right.
So
if we're being honest, it'll probably be the older one, just to match with
Patrick. Yeah.
And they can use that's the beautiful thing about the multiverse, because then if they want to bring Fassbender back as the main series Magneto, they can. And I think we'll see. I definitely think Wanda is going to be the villain of this movie in some form or fashion, but I don't think it's going to be like our Wanda. I think it might be like a version of Wanda, maybe the one that's actually related to Magneto. I believe they're son and daughter, something like super close. So if that's the case, which that would be cool too if they brought Fassbender as her dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the possibilities for this movie is going to be we're going to come back next week on the Big Llama Show, 10 p.m. Eastern, not Pacific. And we're going to be mind blown at what we've seen, and we're going to actually it's going to be a dope conversation to actually talk about and dissect what they did, because I think, and it being its first horror movie, that's what I'm excited about too, because I want to see the elements that Raimi brings to this movie.
No, I'm telling you. So next week, full on spoiler discussion. There's no mercy in this dojo. We're gonna rip it apart.
You can't hold back with a movie like this.
No.
All the endless possibilities that you can talk about, you're probably not even going to be able to cover it.
I'm going to be honest. I'm watching it on Saturday, and then there's a fight night. Oh, man, maybe I can't. I think I work. Dang, that actually ruins my plans. I was going to say I was going to watch it on Saturday and just talk about it all Saturday to break it down. Because, man, there's going to be so much that, luckily you seeing it twice is going to give you, a great perspective on the show and, on the Llama Show, and giving us more tidbits that you noticed the second time and how you felt the second time.
No, for sure. I mean, just look at some of this imagery, man. Look at this right here, man. This looks so freaking crazy and ominous that I don't even. Again, I am. We're gonna rip this apart. We're gonna break it down. All the cameos. So next week, if you're joining us next week for the Big Llama Show, please make sure you've seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness before 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, because if you join the show, we are going to be just going crazy on this. Jane says she likes Blade, right? And Blade, and love me some Blade.
That's her favorite.
Yeah, Blade's pretty sick.
So she wants the Wesley Snipes Blade or Mahershala Ali?
I want the Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's old as hell. You didn't see him in that Kevin Hart movie? That man's not Blade.
I can't even look at him in the same. You got the guy there or something.
Wait.
I don't want that.
AD, you always play that Charlemagne the God position. You're just shitting all over our fucking take.
Just
Hey, if they bring back
realistic,
Snipes,
bro.
they gotta bring back
I
Snipes,
love.
too.
Listen, one of my favorite moments with my father is him taking me to see the first Blade, and then taking me to a dollar store and buying swords after, and we just sword fought after. Like, it was like one of the dopest. Like, man, like I would love to see that, but if we're being really honest, like he would have to get in pretty good shape. You know what I mean? He could play an old battered version.
If
but
Doctor Strange just told me anything, it's CGI is magic. Okay.
Exactly. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh man.
I thought that was Eddie Murphy. No.
What what was you talking about? Vampire in Brooklyn?
No.
Let's see. We got someone on the
El
Twitch.
Daddy.
Is that
El.
someone you know? Okay.
Yeah. That's Birdie's homie, the homie. Yo.
Well, God, we went R-rated right away. Wesley
away.
likes trannies.
And he don't like to
El's
pay
a wild boy. He don't like to pay taxes.
No, he doesn't. We know that. We know
Yeah,
that for
so
sure.
that's on record.
Let's see.
Man.
Jane says, I want an authentic old version. Okay. I mean, like I said, it's going to be insane. Just the number of cameos, the things that could possibly happen. It comes out this week, so the hype is going to be there all week long. I already saw that, and I didn't really care about it, but I already saw that they leaked the new Avatar movie trailer. That one's already leaked, and I'm like, who cares? I really don't
I
care.
didn't care about the first one.
They're I mean, it was a big thing because James Cameron worked on that for literally since after Titanic, and it's the whole thing. But apparently, they're going to be re-releasing the first one with an updated engine that they're using for the second movie. So, upon release of the second movie, they're going to re-release the first one as to build hype for it because it's been a while. But they're putting the new engine that they made the second movie in with the first one to make it a whole ordeal.
Damn.
You know, and again, if you're an Avatar fan, good for you. I liked them, I really did, but I don't see what the hype is all about for two brand new, $100 million plus movies.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's a lot of the aesthetic that comes with those movies and the fan base is just how aesthetically pleasing it is to the eye, because it is truly groundbreaking for what that movie did for technology and CGI period. And so I could see why the hype behind that would be legitimate. But as far as story goes, I have no clue. They're tall blue people who live in an island, and that's all I can tell you about it. So maybe I'm ignorant in that aspect, but I'll watch the movie. I'll watch it again and give it a whole take.
But like, is it? I was in a video game world. You know what I mean? Like, how are they taking over these avatars' bodies and like? I don't know, man. I don't know. I never seen it. I think I seen when it came out. I think I remember watching my parents watch it, and I was like, I'm not interested, so I left. Like, nothing about that movie rang to me.
Blue with dreads? Nah, I can't do that. That's cultural appropriation.
No, and what's weird is when it came out, I didn't go see it in the theater. I had no interest in it, none whatsoever. Here it is, the biggest movie that's ever been released at that time, making billions of dollars. I had no feeling to say, oh, I want to go see that. I want to check that out. Never. And then I watched it. I think it was on a streaming service, and I had happened to watch it, and I was like, it's okay. Like, I still don't understand, but I get it. Like, the 3D that was out at the time was groundbreaking. The effects were next level. It had a lot of good things going for it. I just wasn't that interested. And even after I watched it, I didn't like it that much. So I'm not that excited. And so the fact that I watched the leaked trailer through somebody's cell phone video, I really didn't give a shit. So sorry, Avatar fans. Don't hate
sorry,
me.
Gabe.
And it was so long. It was so long since the first one.
Let's see.
I'm sure it probably takes forever to make the movie, but
So we have Eldai says he's never seen Avatar. Jane wants to comment, says it's 2022. We all love our trans brothers and sisters and don't pay our taxes.
Amen. Yes.
Yes. Hot takes. El Daddy says it's The Matrix as a video game. Oh, okay.
But it doesn't have
Gabe,
Keanu Reeves, so I'm not interested.
right. Gabe with the counter take here. Avatar was fire.
Yeah, I mean,
You talking about The Last Airbender?
Straight banger.
That movie was trash too.
That live action was god awful.
And he
Bro,
said,
I had sexual relations in the theater when that happened. I was like, this movie's buns. Let me get some.
so that was the movie you picked, huh?
Yo, there was literally one other person in the theater. It was like, and they left. It was like, all right, well.
Well, there's that.
So much Avatar hate. Let's see. Jay Bray, El Daddy needs to go to sleep. He's way too old to be awake this late.
Yeah, both of them.
Facts. No, I mean, the fact that you picked that movie as your
That wasn't.
coitus,
I didn't
your
pick
coitus
it.
movie.
It's a trash movie. It was like, well, I paid for the ticket. We got the theater to ourselves. I think I was like 17 or 18 when
You're
it came
only
out.
young ones.
Yeah, it was like, what's up?
So there was an art to that. You know that, right? Like there was an art to picking the movie. One, you got to pick a long movie. You got to pick a movie that was, you had to look at the movie showtimes. You go, all right, this one's about 2.5 hours. All right. No one is buying tickets for this. Check.
Yeah, I didn't go. Well, I like movies. I'm not going there to have sex. I just had sex.
No,
because the movie was
not
trash.
sex, but like if you were, you know what
fornication,
I'm saying? And
You're a little touchy, little boob type, boob action.
Llama After Dark.
After dark.
But honestly, like I'm real with people. That's it, back in the day when you had a date to go to the movies. That was like your time alone. Like you really couldn't go over to their house or anything. So you had to pick the movie appropriately. If I was going to the movies with a significant other, a young lady or someone like that, and I wanted to watch the movie, I don't go with the girls. I go with the guys. I go with my friends. I go with people who want to watch the movie because I can't stand you talking to me in my ear during the movie or taking my attention away. So. So again, if I'm going to the movies, there's the two things that are happening. One, I'm watching the movie, or two, I'm enjoying myself with this. With
sleep.
I'm not going there to sleep, that's for sure. But
Oh man, nah. Even back then, even when I was younger, I was like, "Yeah, stop! I'm trying to watch."
Wait,
We came to see Twilight. Stop!
Get off my neck! I'm trying to see Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, stop it, Edward. Jacob's on the screen.
Oh God.
Give a shit about you. This man's glistening in my face.
That's right. He's sparkling up there. I'm
Are you
watching.
sparkling? Sit your ass down.
Let's see. Jimmy, talk to me when you can look down and see your feet.
That one hurt me.
Yeah, it did. It hurt really bad. Let's see. Compot says, Yo, AD, got any good shows to watch on Netflix?
On Netflix right now, I haven't turned on Netflix in a long time, brother. I've been on HBO Max heavy and Stars heavy. HBO Max, I've been watching Winning Time. Yo, that show is amazing. It truly is. But Netflix, yeah, I haven't seen anything on Netflix that I can recommend you. Vampire Diaries, if you want to watch some oldie but a goodie.
I watch Vampire Diaries all the way up until they do the
watch it
break
all.
off. No,
Watch it all.
up until they do the break off to the originals and then start watching the originals.
Listen, Vampire Diaries was the only show in history where I finished the season. I watched it through and through. And mind you, I watched it when it was over. So it was like all the seasons, like 8 seasons or something. I watched it through and through. And then as soon as I was done, I started it over. I've never experienced anything. I was like, this is so great. I was also depressed, so could have been that.
I love the originals a lot more than Vampire Diaries. Mostly because Elena pissed me off the entire
Listen,
series.
one, Elena's bae, calm down. Two,
No, she
they
can go
took
back.
they took all the best things from Vampire Diaries and put it in originals. They was like, this is what works for the show.
Exactly.
We're gonna go
They were
make a
just like,
new
all right,
one from
all right,
scratch.
listen, this woman needs to go back to Degrassi, and we're gonna keep all the other people and bring the originals, and then we're gonna leave Degrassi back here. She can go back and be a cheerleader over yonder.
You're not doing it justice right now. You gotta show them when they rip somebody's heart out. Because I thought it was like a love team moment or show, and it is. But then when they start ripping people's heart out,
My
and
man
you're like,
Damon
wow,
is gonna
Yo, look at him, pretty.
Look at that jaw.
Looks like hurt.
I never thought my show would go into Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
Never in my life.
You gotta be
It's a
one
great
of the greatest,
series.
one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Talk about writing. Who she could end up with?
Oh my God. That's a great question. Let's see. Let me just move on from Vampire Diaries. Jay Birdie tells everyone needs to watch The Offer.
Yo.
Everyone.
I think we really need to do like a live stream of like watching The Offer, and then you do like the Goodfellas, because I've never seen it, so I want to watch it like right after watching The Offer, because the buildup of The Offer does look like a good show. And Jimmy already said the first 3 episodes were chef's kiss.
Yeah, no.
Check it out.
I saw the first episode. That's it so far. I still haven't had a chance, but yes, I'm interested and want to watch that for sure. Let's see, or ask the guys.
The Netflix question.
So El Daddy says, if I go with a girl, definitely ain't no watching a movie. Oh, and her mouth is full of talk. Like, you're off.
All that popcorn, right? I mean, movie theater popcorn.
Right,
Obviously,
exactly. Snacks, right? There's
Can't
snacks.
get
in the
enough.
theater.
Can't get enough.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, as we say. Jay Birdie, this was about the comment about seeing his feet. I can right now. I'm sitting down.
That's hilarious.
This is when the show goes off the rails. The chat takes over, man. Everyone in the chat is laughing. Gabe says HBO Max and Stars is top tier.
HBO Max got some of the best shows right now.
HBO Max has been slowly on the grind, man. I watched Raised by Wolves on there, which was a very odd show to begin with, but for an HBO show, it did its part, you know. So, yeah, they're definitely up there. I haven't seen anything on Stars though, but I want to check it out. I have to.
You need to watch Heels, man. I've been telling you.
Heels, yeah, no, Heels is what I want to watch on Stars. That's like number 1 on my list right now.
Gabe says here HBO Max has the OG Scooby Doo,
Oof. You know they're making another one, right?
a live action one.
Yeah, return
For
to Monster Island or something like that.
I hope not.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want him to
Boys are back in town.
ruin the magnificence.
You know
that
how
is
much
the OG Scooby-Doo.
controversy?
I know.
I be doing weird high late night searches. So like I'll be watching like the controversy of this first Scooby Doo movie.
How many freckles were on Scooby Doo in the first live action film?
Bro, there was so much controversy to that movie, and it did really well. Like I wanted them, like as a young, I always say that was the one movie I watched like at a drive-in movie theater. So like I always remember the experience. But the actual movies were fire. I wish they kept it up. Like, but right now, if they bring another live action, if they're not bringing the original cast, then I don't know, man.
If they're not bringing back my
I don't
Velma,
Yeah.
what's her name?
That she was part of the controversy. They're like, yo, they put
live
CGI on her
action, Velma
boobs.
turned
They're
the
like,
tide.
yo, they're showing too much.
El Daddy said, Gabe, you're not old enough for Scooby Doo. But no, I love the OG Scooby Doo movies, man. Those were pretty. Those were fun. Mr. Bean was a villain in one of them. That was pretty fun to watch. Somebody, El Daddy says, anybody watch True Blood? That's
I tried to start it and I never got through it, but I want to watch it because I hear it's like a darker version of what Vampire Diaries is.
Vampire Diaries?
Vampire Diaries was that teeny bop, you know, but
No, but they rip
Blood
people's
was-
hearts out. You
I
think
mean,
it's a teeny bomb until somebody's heart gets ripped out. You're like,
yeah, but they're still in
Oh.
high school and it's a whole thing.
exactly.
It's like Teen Wolf in that aspect. you
Oh
know?
my
Like,
god,
all the time they're
another
in-
classic.
another banger, right? But again, it's that teeny bob type feel for it. So, but like True Blood is supposed to be that top tier real life situations.
yeah. And True Blood had lots of nudity. That's what I heard.
Now I gotta watch it.
I haven't watched it, but that's what I heard. Is like
I
there's
have to watch it to make sure he's right. He's not lying.
check those
Yeah,
ratings.
I got to make sure his facts are straight.
A different tissue box rating for sure.
It's always one llama.
Ooh, let's keep moving on.
on.
If Johnny Depp is Charlie, is Amber the chocolate? Oh God! I can't believe I read that. Sorry, Jay Birdie. You suck.
That's funny.
Jay Birdie
Oh,
set me up
man.
on that one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
man.
Jay Birdie again. I'm watching The Godfather Part 2 right now. Okay. That's good. That's good because I love that movie. Combat says, "Am I the only one who watched The Walking Dead all of the way?" Yes,
Yes.
you are.
I kept
Confidently.
up with the show for a while, and then I think I stopped.
They fell off.
I fell off after I think what's her name, Claire, got hit by a car, and I stopped watching.
Oh, spoiler.
And it wasn't even not even over season 3 or something like that. But like, it's not because she got hit by a car. It's just that's the last episode I remember watching, and then I think I was in the process of moving in between seasons. I never got back on, and now they just announced they're working on their final season. So
Yeah, I stopped watching after the season. Like I think it was a season or so ago, and they took that 2-year break. You can't take a 2-year break on the show, man. Like,
yeah, no,
and expect people to continue to watch. So I have not watched it since. So yeah, Combat, you're the only one. Sorry,
Sorry, Comp.
love you, Combat.
Jay Birdie. I'm surprised Al even knows how to use a smartphone. Oh. Come on back and forth.
Yo, they're talking crap in different chats.
I know.
It's the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat.
That is next level fourth wall breaking right there. I've never seen this before in my life.
They're going at each other between platforms.
Their only time to see the response is when they're looking on here on the
Oh, that's true. That's true.
They're waiting. They're like, "What did he say? I don't care about Teen Wolf. What did he say?"
Al, you're too old for Scooby Doo. All right, let's see. Grown person version. Jane says, anybody talks about filling someone's mouth on live chat probably doesn't have enough popcorn in their bucket to actually do so.
Like, dude, we're on the same page. You know, you got to
get that refill. Yeah, a lot of it. Oh my god! Everybody, wow!
Come on. I think Combo's responding to us to not finishing Walking Dead.
right.
Yeah.
But it's all appropriate, Combo. Let's see. We keep trying to rewatch Walking Dead. Oh yeah.
We started rewatching it from the beginning. And we were
I
like,
stopped at the first 10 minutes. I was like, I'm not watching this.
John Bernthal as Shane, and then left to go be Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
wow.
right. So, Dirty Sanchez says, "Hi, Llama. Do anyone know who
Dirty.
this is?"
No, they
Nope.
didn't say hi to me. They said hi to you.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, welcome to the show, Dirty Sanchez. I love the name.
Little dirty.
Yeah, I love it.
Hey, everybody in the chat, welcome Dirty Sanchez to the Big Llama Show.
The real question is, how dirty is your Sanchez?
Oh, here we go, man. Indeed, man. I'm trying to welcome guests. I'm trying to welcome fans to the show.
I'm making them feel comfortable.
I am uncomfortable right now.
You get uncomfortable at everything, Lava.
I'm uncomfortable with your
about
line of
perspective.
questioning, sir. Welcome to the show, Dirty Sanchez. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see, El Daddy. No, you're not watching the Llama Show, or you're watching nothing. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Big facts.
for sure.
You know that.
Jay Birdie. I don't even know this guy. That guy. I'm on AD's chat. Okay. Oh, meet me there. Jane says, watch
Yes.
Black Summer.
Black Summer was great.
What is that about?
So it's a zombie show, but
Okay.
I forget. It's a prequel to another zombie show, but it kind of explains how the outbreak happened, and they did a phenomenal job telling that story as well. I think it was 1 or 2 seasons, maybe. But yeah, I love that show. It was really good.
Oh, for sure.
Black Summer on Netflix.
Oh, on Netflix. Okay.
You ever seen the never mind. I forgot the name of the title. It's a zombie show.
That's what it's the prequel to Z Nation.
Hi,
Let's see.
dirty.
Yeah, I tell you, Gabe says, hi, Dirty. El Daddy says, I wish that was my case, Jane. Still talking about that popcorn. It's pre-Z Nation. Yep. Gabe, L doesn't have a good grammar. Excuse my friend. Oh, Gabe's friend. I'm surprised L knows where he is. Hashtag old man. Oh. Jane says, but it's better than anything ever made. Okay.
Was a great show.
What,
Yes.
the popcorn?
Black Summer. Black Summer. That's what she's referring to. Oh, my God. This show is just falling off the rails very quickly. Let's see. We got more chat, more buzz here in the chat. Let's see. Jay Birdie, he remembers watching Bruno Sammartino live. Oh, here we go. Wrestling talk. It's coming.
Every day.
Everybody gets one.
The show would not fall off the rails without some reference to wrestling at some point. Jane says, people without popcorn have an obsession with popcorn. What are we talking about? We're not talking about popcorn anymore.
I like mine's lathered.
How much butter is too much butter? That's
There's the real answer is none. None of the above. You just put what you want, brother. I put the butter, you know what I mean? And even Jay Birdie was like, yo, tell them to do it halfway. So I did it the last time I went. It was like halfway, put it on top, and then I took a cup. So when I got to the bottom again, I poured some more.
So you gotta, if you got the butter dispenser, you gotta put the straw in there and let it go in the bottom, and then raise it out.
But then the bottom popcorn soggy, no?
Still butter.
Still butter, yeah.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I don't even reach the bottom of the bag.
I can't believe it's not butter.
El Daddy says, front row, Birdie. And Jane says, we never were, Llama. We never were.
On the rails. Moon Knight.
If there's a noticeable amount on your pants, that's too much. We're still talking about popcorn, right?
Of course, PG-13, Llama.
Oh, my
It's always
Lord.
one tissue box.
That's how the cartoons used to get us with innuendos.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about some
Literally,
random
yeah.
stuff.
Let's see. It ain't butter, guys. Shit's oil. That's true.
Just facts, honestly.
Let's see. Gabe says, Ace gets popcorn to ask for some of my nachos.
Personal beef. He's got personal beef right now.
Oh,
now,
man.
now Gabe's about to go AWOL from the check. She's probably gonna beat his ass.
She's running over to see him.
Oh, nachos, huh?
Let's see. Jane says, people went to jail for this. Oh, my God. All right. Well, listen. Chat, if you want to keep this going, hit us up in the chat. But we're getting close to the end of the show. Is there any more comments? Any more peanut gallery discussions? Ace is dying laughing right now.
She knows what she done. Yeah, I took those nachos and I'll do it again.
Gabe, no domestic violence over here.
Oh, she took his phone. That's what happened. Now we gotta check on Gabe.
Oh,
next week.
Gabe, next week. The reintroduction of Roman 2 Raw.
That stuff isn't cool. At least not right now.
Right now. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. Well, listen. This has been a spicy end to the Big Llama Show. We covered everything between Moon Knight, the new Doctor Strange movie coming out, AD's first reaction and hater.
It's not my first hater, Llama. I've been told I can't slide cancel before. You don't know the pain.
At least first hater on my channel. Yes.
I honestly expected, if I'm being real, I was like putting some sauce on it for the stream, but if I'm being real, I expected a little bit more. You know, I was like, I was telling Gabe today on our little podcast segment, I was just like, man, like Llama's really cultivating an audience for him. Like, yeah, we do the Llama Show, and that's like, there's me there, but for the most part, they only see Llama. Like, people subscribing at that frantic rate is for you. You know what I mean? So when they see me, they'll probably be like, who is this guy? And why does he keep talking about the mom trying to do this? and then the guy who said it was an action comedy, guy's an idiot. It's a sci-fi film.
You didn't take it personal. No.
Dummy. Guy's an idiot. Then the other one, lonely, talking about, oh, I wanted you to talk to me, the audience. Yeah. you, the audience.
Tell me
Talk
more,
my
audience.
friend.
Please tell
Right.
me more.
Something you don't know about.
So, Herc, you see, he didn't take it personal. He just remembered every single comment that was made.
There's only two.
He only memorized them and then talk about them.
He only wrote them, DMs and emails.
Yeah. When I make
only
it,
got their names
when I
behind
make
the
it big,
right now.
they're gonna regret what they said. Of course.
You only got their IP address. That's personal.
Listen, when you make it big, I want you to make a shirt with the comment that they wrote.
Yup. I'm gonna wear them every day on stream.
And then
Right
charge
there.
them for it.
Right. Make some money off of their hatred. He's an Aries. He'll never forget this.
It's so true. I remember everything. I remember every little thing. And then when I get, I feel like I'm very cool, calm sometimes. But when I get mad, everything you ever did to me, I got it. So it just comes to the forefront. I'm like, you remember this? He's like, what?
You remember that time we went out to eat in 2015 at Dave & Buster's and you spit while mid-sentence and it landed on my lip? Yeah, I still remember that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
There was only one mozzarella stick left, and you fucking ate it. I remember that shit. That was 2009.
I had my eyes on that.
I was hungry. I was a child.
Yeah, I had a burger. but I
Still
want
am.
it.
Still am right now.
I haven't had a mozzarella stick since.
That was my last opportunity for the last mozzarella stick.
Oh God, this is all going to be used in the documentary footage of Why Did Blackout Leave Blackout?
This is when it confirms. This is when it confirms Big Llama lost interest of AD being his co-host and saw the potential of Hercules Outlaw replacing him.
This is the blackout of blackout.
Like, okay, so we're gonna use this screen right here, right? We'll use this capture right here. It says, and then we'll have like it'll go fade to black and goes, this was the moment that Blackout ceased to be Blackout.
No, dude, that's not the storyline. We gotta keep Blackout together so I can come back. That's where the big pop comes. It's like, oh, he's back.
And then we did this to AD.
It was this moment where Blackout left and joined Optic Gaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, it was a great show tonight. I have to thank everybody in the chat, all the Llama fans, the Llama Nation, for coming on board. Jay Birdie with his timely top 48 episodes ever. This is episode 48.
Crazy, man.
48 in the most consistent show on the internet.
I was saying, I was like, yo, we had Cinna on episode 12 and 14.
Oh, God.
I thought we had way more episodes than that. And I was like, bro, I was telling Gabe, I was like, imagine our chat today once if Cinna, like we did that episode now, like it would have blew up. But man, the growth is crazy, man. A most consistent show on YouTube every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Exclamation Big Llama in the chat. Don't forget it.
That's for sure. So, guys, I want to thank everybody who's signed in, who chatted with us. If you want to be part of the show, you can be part of the show every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show and you want to support everybody on here, AD is a Twitch streamer. His name is Blackout AD, Blackout _ BLKOUT _ AD on Twitch. You're currently watching him now if you're on Twitch right now and you're seeing this, so make sure you subscribe. Hercules is also a Twitch streamer, Hercules _ Outlaw, or is it just Hercules Outlaw, or is it one word?
Hercules _ Outlaw.
Hercules _ Outlaw on Twitch. So make sure you give these guys a follow and subscribe. Make sure you guys show them some love. If you want to support this channel, go to the Big Llama Show on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe there as well. If you're listening to on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all those podcast services, we're on every platform you can think of. Give us a like, subscribe, give us a rating, whatever you need to help us sell the show a little bit. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We got one comment here. Let's see. Elday says, good night, everyone. God bless you guys with health, wealth, and longevity. And I think that's a great way to end the show. So peace out, everybody. Thank you for joining the Big Llama Show. We'll see you next week, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.